kind of armor, I imagine.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Like what? What's that smell? Oh, hey, Dust.
Ah, right. Perfectly on time. Right as I started the stream, so I don't have to fix my cameras. Lovely. Let me ping the universe. Of course, the universe resides in our stream announcements.
I'm rapidly approaching.
I adore when my microphone decides not to work.
That was my fault, maybe.
Alright. Let us... What's that out? I don't need it. All this stuff. And I am good to go. Welcome, welcome, coffee. So, would anyone like to give a recap of what happened last time?
I can try. Oh, go for it.
That's me. I can do
Oh
it for
no!
you guys
Oh, sorry.
anytime.
I thought that was just. I can. I don't want to waste the advantage, you know. I can do it. Yeah. So we start at the end of the last session after camping, after having our first night with, the new group, in the caravan group. A few things happened tonight. We got Havita and Hap noticed that they were being spied on. They didn't see who spied on them, but somebody was spying on them. The person that Talion is blaming for magic is getting now taught under the table by the priest. And then we had a normal night and we started heading up north towards the ruin after telling the guard, the caravan captain. Headed north, encountered an owl bear. Hab spoke to the owl bear. It was a chill owl bear. We walked past the owl bear. We then headed to the bandit camp. We fucked up some bandits. I think at that point all of us were like, fuck it, magic time. We fucked them up. Till eventually it was just the bandit leader left and a few of them that were either nearly unconscious or pissing themselves. We then had a whole thing of basically trying to decide what to do with this bandit leader because they seem to be someone important in, or at least linked to someone important in the Church of the Great and Dark One or Sneaky One. Anyway, eventually ended up killing them, and then we also encountered one of their prisoners, which was a elven druid of some sort that seemed to recognize Hap and said something about there being something celestial in the ruins below the bandit camp. And that's where we were heading as we ended the session.
Indeed, there was an awful lot that happened last session. I'll make a quick note of weird dream for Lupe. And
oh yes, sorry.
Strange forest talking to Talion on your journey. There was a lot that happened last time.
Yeah, it was a good session.
And I have equally as many things lined up today, but it depends on where you go and when. You all are in the camp currently. Talion had just followed this other druid down into the basement.
Hap would have definitely done the same.
Hap is on his way going down, sure. Everyone can see them go down there. And I'm going to open to you guys starting on the top floor, and then if there's any time that passes, we'll go to the bottom floor and give them some time to chat and figure stuff out too.
All right.
Should I start on the bottom floor?
Mm-hmm.
I can.
I don't, in terms of like Versata, I don't think he's doing anything besides waiting to go down to the bottom. He doesn't want to go down there alone. But he's already done his stuff up here.
Sure, you can head over that way. There's still... Most people have left if they were alive. A couple dead people remain on the ground around the camp.
There's nothing up here much at an interest, so Lucas is bored and just gonna go down.
All right.
I'm done.
You know what? I might do this just because. Yeah. We did like look through here and like open up one of the boxes. Is there anything else in here besides these boxes that we need to take back?
You guys took the crate, you took the money from the chest and whatnot. There's like some standard supplies around if you want to gather some of that. And I guess there's like some carrots and looks like eggplants.
Oh. I'll just kind of take note of that, maybe grab some on the way out. Doesn't want a fistful of carrots as we go down into the downstairs.
Alright, so you two are going down.
Atra will look over Naorth a little bit more to see if there's like anything else that we need to take note of that he might have.
He has some kind of like enhanced scale armor, like looks really well made scale armor, which could be refitted for someone. Besides that, you have the holy symbol. You don't find much else of note on him.
I took his sword, right? Or whatever weapon he had.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just a scimitar.
Yeah.
Are we burying that one later? Have we
Might as well.
to Naorth?
We might as well go ahead and get it done, I believe.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Atra will help pick up and move the body to the hole.
Absolutely. You can put that one in there.
Havita will begin to shovel off some more dirt to cover Naorth's body. And as they're working on shoveling dirt onto him, they say a quiet prayer in Celestial, so there's soft, like, little chiming coming from beneath Havita's breath. In short, the prayer that they are saying translates to the journey is not ended, only changed.
That's so nice.
At the end of the day, we all meet in the same location. So, maybe paths will cross again and not such a hostile way.
Let's go join the others. Oh, sorry.
Nope. No, I was gonna transition as you were. You please, you're a player.
I think with that we should join the others, yes.
I agree.
Naruto will shuffle along. Head kind of bowed. Mostly because they're watching their step.
Here we are. I'm going to move you all to the other map. We'll give Talion, a solid minute, and then folks can start coming in as they think they would.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to stuff you all onto the staircase.
I don't want to go under there, though. No.
There's Javita. There we go. You may all join me. Bandit Camp Below. As you come down into here, the stone has some light shiftings to it. There's some kind of mosaic in the floor, a bunch of supply crates again in the back room, a table with a bunch of tools set out, and some ink and paper. Leanne, as she comes down... Oh, I should unlock you every time. There you go. There is a brazier in the center of the room, a broken pickaxe that looks to have, like, the haft has snapped from someone hitting it hard enough against something. Specifically, this door in front of you, which is a large brass-covered thing. Looks like it has iron underneath. Someone took a lot of time and care making this. There is... I think I have a description of this. Let me make sure I get it right. There is the depiction of a robed woman summoning some kind of power between her hands. Where such power is summoned is a circular indent, and whatever is meant to be there is missing. And
Italian will
you first.
Italian will sit down, crisscross applesauce, like a preschooler, and just stare at the door.
Leanne's looking over the tools. They really tried a lot here. Is that saw? Did they really try to saw through the door?
The ignorant and arrogant oftentimes try to use tools. I will use time.
Time! She looks over. Yeah.
Yes, it is made of metal. It will eventually rust.
Before you do?
I don't think I can die.
She tilts her head a little bit. She doesn't say anything immediately as other people start to come in. But she definitely seemed confused by that. Not confused, but perhaps like she has something to say she's not.
Hap just slowly starts walking around the room, just like looking and observing everything. Not really saying much.
Certainly.
How long are your lifespans?
Oh,
What's that?
How
what?
long do you live?
I still got a while.
I'm getting, I don't know. I guess I have like 70 more years, best case. I'm only
You
like
should
20.
look for a tool. You're not going to be here when that door rusts.
Well, has anybody ever lit that brazier?
Yeah, good question.
Does it look like it's part of the room or that it's been added here?
It's part of the room.
Okay.
Can I just cast Firebolt on the brazier?
You hit it and it lights up. There was some kind of burnable material within it.
Any change?
There is a clicking. That is all. The door does not open.
Yeah. Anything about these statues on the left and right, or are those just part of the map? And
Those are just little out-jetting bits from the door.
gotcha.
The piece of paper.
Yeah, the paper has a number of strange arcane runes written across it.
They're comparable to. Is there anything like that on the door? Compared with?
No, there doesn't appear to be. No, there's no runes across the door.
Hap just groans and then will sit on the floor, holding his necklace in his hands, and just start muttering in Dwarven and mix of Dwarven and Celestial as I will ritual cast Detect Magic.
Another one joins me to wait. Welcome to Time Hap.
To be fair, he's not that old. Probably has another 2 centuries at least.
Oh, never
Something
mind,
like
Hap.
that.
You need to look for a tool.
He just shakes his head and tries to concentrate on the spell.
Hap, you have no idea how short your life is going to be.
Is it a threat?
No.
Oh. Sounded like a threat. I gotta concentrate on the spell for a second. Just give.
I don't
No,
threaten
he
people, Hap. It's
genuinely
rude of you to
thinks-
assume that.
He genuinely thinks he's immortal, Hap. Yeah, Hap.
Later problem. Later problem. And I gotta concentrate on this, okay? And Hap will just, concentrate on casting detect magic and ignoring this fucking goober.
What's going on in the back of the room? Everyone comes in.
What?
You all come in. What's going on back here?
Havita is not clued in on what's going on, so Havita is standing at the base of the stairs here, very bravely waiting for instructions.
Itra,
Snooping.
No, please.
Itra was trying to look nonchalant, but is definitely looking at Hap casting a ritual.
You make out every so often the slight humming of celestial, like the ringing of a wine glass.
Versada had pulled out his spellbook and was about to also ritual cast detect magic because I have a thing that lets me just do it instantly. But he sees that he's doing something. So I want to instead inspect the door, see if there's any historical or religious significance to what's on it.
Yeah, you can make me a history check if you'd like.
Making me miss all of the scribes being able to quicken shit. Fucking.
Hey!
Nice.
Well, you met the DC 25.
God damn.
You recognize this from one time in the old archives, which I will not elaborate on terribly much for your sake. A text talking about the chained before they were chained. This was Soul Render. By the name they were known before, which was Soul Mender.
Oh, I think he immediately frowns.
A mage so powerful that when they were traveling and helping people flee in the early days, when they were leading their portion of the war effort, they did so from a floating city of their own creation.
I see.
Hello.
I think.
Welcome.
Oh
How
man.
you doing?
I think Versada recognizes that, and he makes a face to anybody standing in front of him, like if you want to see it. But he just kind of doesn't mention it. Okay. Soul Mender. Okay.
Welcome, new follower. Pleasure to see you. Welcome to our stream.
The floor is very pretty.
Oh, it's Midori. Hey.
I will look at it for a little while. Maybe years. And Talion will attempt to perceive anything on the floor.
Absolutely. I think you can make out, as you can see, that the mosaic forms a sort of dragon head, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have a dragon head. We had a fire. There was a click.
We did hear the clip. Yes.
What else do dragons breathe?
Of all kinds of things. Acid, poison, ice, lightning, sometimes.
second.
Is it still on fire?
What was that?
Did we ever put it out?
It's still burning. Here.
Whoa, it's like there's a fire there. Holy shit. Wow. So photorealistic.
I'm I'm gonna do. Versada's gonna push on the door to try and open it.
It won't budge. There's still this.
It won't. Okay.
Where this mage would be holding whatever power is forming, there's a missing piece.
He's kind of mutter under his breath. Something about a soul.
You cannot have mine.
Oh, no, this, and he'll point to the circle. I've seen this figure elsewhere. Can't quite remember his name. Something about a soul, though. A lot of magical power. I don't know what goes here. Do any of you have a disc?
What?
No, I don't have a disc.
Javita goes to genuinely check their person.
Lupe, what did you see over on that desk? I, of course, cannot get up. I am waiting.
Oh, Hold on. She walks back over there, picks up the paper, and walks back to Talvian. Just gives it
cannot
to him
read
like,
that.
yeah, some freaky stuff.
Some kind
This
of
looks like-
arcane spell.
Ugh. Should we burn it?
Oh, no.
Why
Okay,
not?
what should we do with it?
Can I look at it, actually, see its purpose?
Progress
Actually-
by threat and distraction. Always how it works.
Does he hand it to Varsada?
Oh yeah.
Before he actually looks at it, he'll look over to Hap. How's it coming along?
I'd say it finishes up.
Hap's eyes probably flash slightly more like a deeper green. It's good. He stands up. Puts his necklace back on properly.
You see some kind of divination magic on the brazier, the same on the door. And where the missing piece is, you see some form of transmutation magic is ready. Most of the door is not magical, though.
The door and the brazier are linked.
Hmm.
Something to do with transmutation in the missing bit.
Interesting.
But the entire door
Oh.
is magical? I don't know if that's important.
Oh, we should blow it up.
Are you hiding
We-
explosives somewhere?
No.
He asked me.
Why? Whoa, back up. You
What?
said no like you do. That's... That backs
Wait.
up from Asata because, like, fire.
Apologies, I got sorry. Sorry, I'm looking at this paper.
Make me another
Are
arcana.
you carrying...
This one's easy for you, unlike the other one, though.
I'm just gonna ask this just to check. You know. Are you carrying explosives of any kind, Asata?
I would never
It
do
would be
anything
cool
like
if
that.
you were Varsada.
Are
It would be
you
cool.
lying?
Did you say cool? So
I'm not saying
funny.
it's an entirely bad thing. It's a good thing to know.
I don't know
Well,
if-
you know. Knowing how to mend boxes comes with its perks.
What, like knowing how to blow them up?
No. At this point, he's just exhausted himself. He'll just pull out one of the little circles.
Okay, so
A little-
you're a bad liar. That is good to know.
He'll shrug. They seem
Shouldn't be
useful.
worried. Shouldn't be worried about collapse if we use it down here.
There was
I'm not. I want to clarify. I have no intention of blowing up that door.
I also feel like
that's good.
that would have been one of the bandits' first ideas.
Yeah, the whole box of explosives.
They
Doesn't
didn't know what was in the box, though.
There doesn't appear to be any scorch marks.
It's true. Okay, worst case scenario.
Worst case.
We throw a bomb at the door.
But I liked someone's idea of I was casting of different dragons casting different, they do different types of damage, whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
And I think it's already fucking obvious. Fuck it. He pulls his knuckles out again and puts it back on his staff. And then we'll cast Ice Knife into the fire.
Absolutely. There's a burst of cold. I'm going to say you do this in such a way that it won't hit everyone.
Yeah. If he needs to tell people to back up, he would, whatever.
You can just do it into the brazier and focus the power
Yeah,
into it. The fire goes out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
There is another click.
Mm.
I am a very smart little bird.
Versada, you recognize the first half of this pretty quickly. You have to decode it first, so it takes a moment. Grease. Oh, someone's been modifying a grease spell. Oh, and that's very intelligent the way they've done that. You've been experimenting with this kind of thing, but that's very intelligent, whatever they've done in the middle here to shift the form of the grease. This is a grease spell that would fire like a grease wind. Essentially, the worst wind ever.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't immediately latch onto something, but instead starts from a source.
Varsada will inspect it for a moment and he'll say, all right, I know what we have to do. Using this, it's a spell. I can light this brazier, shoot through it, and the fire will go into the hole, and likely something will happen. But I've never seen a spell like this. I'm gonna write something down. He's gonna try and start copying what the spell looks like. Definitely not enough time to copy the spell itself, but
Why don't you just shoot the fire straight into the thing you cast it.
Oh, I cast Firebolt.
As you hit this little center and this circle in the center, the fire hits it, and a bit of the brass behind it lifts up to form part of a circle.
Whoa.
Anything in the magic changed?
No.
Detect magic? No.
Same transmutation in that little circle.
I like this game we are playing. Talion will flick a finger forward and shoot a sorcerer's burst in the form of lightning damage.
A little burst of lightning hits it, and another portion lifts. About half of it is filled.
I will upcast, because it's my last spell, to second level, and we'll do a second level ice knife.
Yeah,
into the hole as well.
Thunk, it hits it, bursts. Ice is left all over the over the area.
Yeah.
A third quarter fills.
I'm gonna do something just in case. I'm gonna punch it with a necrotic hand of harm.
Thunk. The necrotic energy is absorbed, but nothing changes.
Worth a shot.
Anything acid? It looks to
Many-
Leanne, probably.
Many things.
do you have acid?
Oh,
A
no, what they've
couple
got. Oh,
vials, and also this. Tunk. Acid damage.
The last quarter fills. The circle spins and continues spinning between their hands, and the door opens.
let's fucking go.
Wonderful. Well, I'm keeping this. He'll just like roll the scroll up and put it in his bag.
Why did the brazier click? Whatever, we have it open.
Oh, that is a good question.
What did the brazier have to do with it?
You said it was transmutation magic, yes?
Mm-hmm.
We likely did it the long way. Likely, if the fire from the brazier hit that, it would have turned into one of the other 4 elements, or all 4. We just did all 4 ourselves.
Talion's gonna army crawl to the base of the brazier.
Then why would it cause a click?
Sir?
Why are you clicking? And I would like to try to find a source of clicking.
Absolutely. Make me an investigation check. This isn't terribly difficult.
Can happen system.
If you want to look to, sure.
Yeah. He's curious as well. So yeah, I'll give you an assist.
Thank you. It's not a good stat for me, so I appreciate it.
You got it. You notice along the very base, you can feel along it there's a hollow space. Dung dung dung. But it's enchanted. This brazier was likely meant to interact with something else that is not here in this room. As a mode of opening the door with the elements. And you
Oh,
guys
the
just-
brazier. It is like a keyhole,
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
like a very
I guess-
weird fiery keyhole.
If we go in here and there's fighting, I'm out of juice. Like completely.
Do we want to take a short rest? Just relax? No bandits are here.
True. An hour will not. Yeah, no.
Great idea.
An hour
I'll
won't
let you
do
know
anything.
what's inside. Lance starts to
Okay,
go.
off we go.
Talion's still army
goodness.
crawling.
Okay.
You-
This is pretty exciting.
Yeah. Apple answering Druidic. I've sensed no celestial down here. So far.
It's not here.
Barracks? A barracks of some sort?
Maybe. It's only 5 beds. Table's in good condition. She like goes and pulls at one of these sheets and it starts to crumble as she pulls it up. Everything else not so much.
Havita is going to use up a channel divinity to cast Divine Sense.
Absolutely. What does that do?
So I know the location of any celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet, and I know their creature type. I can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Absolutely. You sense it's waning, but you sense consecrated ground this way. Yeah, Lupe, you're looking down the hall. Anyone who's looking down the hall can see the statue of an angelic figure standing, one hand held out over a chest, one hand motioning outwards, kind of the left out of vision here. Yeah, and that's like a horrible bat-winged gargoyle-like thing.
Lovely.
Hey, Hap, come here
Right.
for just a moment. She'll put a hand on Hap's shoulder, and I will then a key point for Hand of Healing.
Oh, well, you don't gotta. Shit. Hap goes to show the healing kit. Yeah,
The near left
Appreciate
of
it.
your wounds seal.
appreciate it.
It's all right.
Avita trudges behind Atra. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Talion
I
sits
was
on the
going
table.
that way.
Are you under the table, Talion?
Yes.
Where did
You
There's a
recognize this immediately, Havita. That is the likeness of Sindrian.
Avita is just going to immediately start drifting over. And immediately, they're going to drop on a knee, not even necessarily thinking about the presence of whom they're in.
Absolutely. You see Havita kneel in front of this statue of a angelic figure. They look a little bit like Havita. A little bit. More personable, perhaps? Yeah, it's a statue anyways.
Hap will like trying to whisper to Havita, be like, anyone important?
It's time for me to start describing things, because it's very important that I describe this room to you all before
Oh,
we
yeah.
continue.
Go for it. Then after description, I'll whisper away.
There are a number of statues in this room. The first you saw was this angelic figure, one hand motioning out over the statue and the other one motioning out kind of behind you two. There is this bat-like creature with snarling with sharp teeth. There is in the south end a I'm going around. Let me do it this way. I'm going to be describing around this way. So starting from this, going downwards and around the room.
Gotcha.
Because surprise, we don't have statues for every situation. There is an elderly woman with a crooked back, one hand held on her hip, the other holding something out of sight against the wall. There is a stone willow tree clawing at the ceiling like it's trying to drill through it. There are two heavy, clear marks on each side of the trunk. There is a younger woman in a veil, one hand raised to her face, smiling widely, the other hand hiding something against the wall as well. There is a man wielding a scythe and holding a scroll. At his feet is a small coin bag. There is a woman in robes, quite like the one at the door to this place, holding open a book that's just a little bit too high to read. And there is a large elven figure at the north end with hands held together, semi-precious gemstones glittering in the ceiling above them. Immediately, Talion, the bottom two. One reminds you of Crone, and the other maybe of Maiden. If she were younger, maybe they took artistic license. Hap. The north one is a celestial of some kind. And Lupe, the tree gives you the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies.
All right. I can re-describe anything you need.
Hap will still whisper to Havita first.
Between the younger woman in the veil and the large elven figure, what were the other things?
There is, on the bottom side here,
Mhm.
there is a man wielding a scythe with a scroll in the other hand, with a small bag of coins at his feet. And it looks like the bag of coins isn't stone, that's an actual bag of coins.
Okay.
And the other one is a woman in robes, quite like the one on the door to enter this place, who is holding a book up just a little bit too high for any of you to read it.
Which two looked like Maiden and Crone?
The ones on either side of the tree. Crone being that one, Maiden being that one.
Havita is currently bowed before the statue of Sindrian. And they're producing a prayer in Celestial. Again, not minding the company. This is comfort to them. It is an iconography that they've seen in a while. They are reciting a pretty basic, albeit traditional, welcome home prayer that most angels recited. Havita used it pretty frequently whenever coming back home from missions.
The humming of Celestial. Havita is
Perhaps-
kneeled.
Perhaps seeing that will leave them to it. Not want to disturb them. And we'll go to the statue of the north.
Varsado will see Hap's interest in the statue and see the book and say, "Would you like to read it? That book?"
Is that the one? Not. Which one?
This one.
That's the one with the book. That the
Oh,
one
This
to.
one is the Celestial.
Never mind.
different-
I will read the book.
Okay, different ones. Okay. You got me confused for a second there. I was like, huh?
I did not see that one.
There is.
And
I missed something important. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're good.
Behind the chest, on this different panel here, there is writing. It reads, "Pray before the altar, and call the names in order who helped us once. The faithful shall know."
Yeah. Hap will look at the statue, trying to figure out what it is. What celestial it is.
Certainly.
Also, where's Leanne?
She would have come in with you. I just forgot to drag her. She'll
Just
be
double
back
checking
here.
that we didn't get fucking duped. That's all.
She's out of here. No, she's here.
Talion's gonna hold out both of his arms, like he's trying to hold hands that are very far away from him.
Hold out your hands towards them. Now that you've gotten close, you can probably tell what they're each holding against the wall. They're each holding a stone axe.
This tree had it coming, apparently.
I think I wanna. Did I have Lupus kind of curious to look at the tree that gave her the heebie-jeebies. Look at the markings because it's very clear from what you described, right?
Mm-hmm. There's 2 deep gashes in them. Something is cut into the tree.
That's it? Okay.
If anyone looks towards Atra at all, Atra looks kind of visibly out of place and uncomfortable-ish. As if she was someone waiting for a group of friends to leave a party, like standing off to the side.
Your bird lands on the book.
Versada's eyes will glaze over and he'll look through Gunnard's and try and read the book.
Absolutely. You recognize the script for what it is. I don't know if you understand the language. It appears to be written
Well,
in some kind of celestial.
Ah, no. But what Varsada will do is flip to a blank page in his book and start to copy the symbols in to show them to one of these two later.
Absolutely.
Hey, how do you know we know Celestial? That's rude to assume.
One of you is actively speaking it out loud.
Very rude.
Yeah, okay. This tree here, as you come in, you keep getting that kind of flashback. Face and wood, face and wood. You know there's a connection to this thing. And as you come over, Talion, you're right next to it now. You can tell that axe could be removed from their hand.
Is this one maiden or crone? Is this maiden?
This is Crone.
He'll like lift up and like wrap a hand around like the where the axe head meets the handle and start pulling it up.
It's heavy,
Chopping
but
wood
you
is
can
always-
lift it.
Chopping wood is supposed to be my job. He like hangs heavy in his hands because he has a 5 in strength.
Absolutely.
So strong.
Oh yeah, damn right. You guys are, your dump stats are dump stats.
Thanks, Dust.
Havita praying here, coming up close to the statue. It's been immaculately kept. Probably
Mhm.
because no one's been in here in a very long time.
How tall is the statue, you'd say?
It's probably about 9-10 feet tall.
Okay. There's a point where Havita, comfort is something that they equate, in proximity. Being close to something is something that garners comfort. This is something they haven't seen in a while, and Havita wants to continue to see it, for, as long as they can. So they're going to walk up, and slowly but surely, they're going to just press their mask against, like, what would be like the shoulder of the statue, and give it a firm embrace as they finish out their prayer, which ends in, of course, the name Sindrian, a thank you to them.
And as you say the word Sindrian, there is a glow up their arm pointing out towards this book. Next to you, Atra, Leanne just says, "Old shrine, really rare these days.
And illegal.
And illegal, but nobody owns it. As far as I can tell. Or maybe those bandits did, but we kicked them. Suppose we did a good thing then."
I should keep note of where this is.
Right. Really rare these days.
Yeah, it's
Really a surprise, huh?
it is.
Wonder what's in the chest.
That's what I'm wondering.
Wonder what's in the middle of the tree.
That's a good question. I'm more curious about the symbolism. Hap, I don't need a roll from you. I just needed some time for you to ponder.
Yeah.
This is not your celestial,
Okay.
but it's someone related in the same style.
Uh-huh.
Definitely related to the stars, and you think also to water.
Huh. Okay. Is there any text anywhere on the statue?
Yeah, there is. Since you've been spending your time here, if that's what you want to ask, you can find along its side, there's a name written into it. It
Which
is the ripples which form across a lake. It's in Celestial, of course, that's why it's so long.
Yeah.
Which ripples which form across a lake at the end of a spring storm.
Because Hap isn't, I guess, fluent in Celestial. He'll try and figure out how to say that slowly. That's what I'll probably spend a bit of his time doing, trying to get that right. Until probably he's distracted by the glowing book or glowing hand. And so, oh, what's going on?
Absolutely. I look to the group in general. I'll just go with whoever wants to go next for a little bit.
What's the book say, Vasada?
Well, what is it? Would he have finished writing everything down at this point?
Yep.
His eyes will no longer be glazed over, and he will say, "It is in a language I can't read. I believe it to be Celestial. I suppose." He'll just kind of look to both of you back and forth, like, "Could you translate it for me?"
Obviously,
Yeah.
still facing the statue.
Yeah, definitely. I can. I'll work with Avida because obviously I'm really good at Celestial.
I see.
Are you still hugging the statue?
I mean, Havita is probably still like holding on to the statue. Maybe not necessarily embracing it anymore.
Hey, you mind reading this? As he hands him the paper.
Havita's chin will tilt to their chest, and they'll look down for a very long time.
Suppose if anyone else wants to do anything for a moment, we'll allow you to read it. Wait a minute. Got it. Understood. We'll come back to that.
Wait, I'm confused. What?
You did not
What?
ask Kavita to tell you what it said. You asked them to.
Oh, for fuck! We'll click on that, but not yet. Give it a good minute. Some of the goobers can do something. Eventually, Hap will click.
Lupe, would you like to help chop down a tree?
Why are we chopping this tree down, though?
Because these two were trying to chop it down.
She looks at the tree for a moment, kind of doesn't see anything. It's just a tree. She's like, okay.
You should go to Maiden and take her axe, and then
Oh, you can take the axe off? People are really creative with their statues these days. It's crazy.
You can come over and pull out the other axe and lift it as best you can with your strength score of 6.
Bit better.
Talion will like look up at Crone and like kind of mirror, like try to mirror where she's standing, like step a little bit in front of her, and then like mimic as if it were her striking the axe, like it's like kind of slow.
Absolutely.
Like it means something to do that to him.
And as you're swinging it in, the axe will kind of connect. As it does, it almost like locks in. You can leave it there.
Oh,
Can you not move it?
I think I could pull it out, but it's like very secure.
Oh, that's cool. Let me try. And she also, like, swings at the best she can with her strength.
The axe locks in. And to see if we can Scooby-Doo this, I'm going to jump back over to Javita and Hap real quick, and Versada, for that matter.
So after like a minute, I was like, so what does it say?
What does it say, Zach?
It says, "May I be mother, both maiden and crone. In trade I follow their task, and then call to the world beyond."
Okay. Havita will begin to repeat, "May I be mother, both maiden and crone," and then they'll repeat the rest.
What?
And as you
Huh?
say that, there is a light across the book that you can tell very clearly, Versada. It's not so clear to everyone else. And then the axe meets into the tree, and there is a light that forms from the tree.
Hap will try and say the name celestial of the statue.
And there is a light that comes from the glittering gemstones above it. There's a click, and the lock you didn't know was on the chest opens.
Okay, who's gonna risk opening it?
I don't care.
Hap backs up.
Oh, I want to.
Avita back up.
That is a very good name.
What, Avita?
Oh my god.
Havita's looking at the statue.
Oh, did I get it right? Did I pronounce that? Anyway.
Lupe's a little closer because she's very nosy.
Lupe, do you want to
Peeping
open
over
it?
in this- What? Me?
Yes, you must act quickly.
Yes!
If you see any fire, back away, okay?
No, if you see fire, you're supposed to run.
Leanne looks back as Atris takes a step back.
Running slowly.
You open the chest, and within are 2 trinkets.
We love trinkets.
A rune stone, and a little talisman.
A little what?
A little wooden talisman.
She picks both of them up and like holds them up in the air and shows it to the party.
Havita's head snaps.
I'll use my once a day ritual thing to cast detect magic without taking 10 minutes.
Certainly. You see some form of necromancy coming from the rune. And you see, I guess it would be abjuration coming from the amulet, the talisman.
Interesting.
Hap sees Vazata casting that so quickly, he's like, fucking show off.
Lupe,
He'll-
could you lay those down on the table?
Oh, yeah. She'll lay it down.
Havita stands directly behind Talion, not necessarily being aware of personal space, and looking over.
You loom.
Talion is very short. He just feels a shadow.
Italian in between the 2 tall people.
He's used to that.
I think right after he cast the spell and you said Hap was looking at him, I think Hap can also see his expression shifts to be a lot more serious after he casts it.
Hap has run out, so everything okay?
Oh, yes, everything's fine.
Your face
some
is saying
magic.
otherwise.
Oh, no. There's some magic in these. He'll just be looking at the runestone, like intently.
Got any more specifics for us?
Could I inspect them?
But not have them, yes.
Oh, yes, of course. And he'll first, I guess I'll inspect them. I'll Arcana check them if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh! I'm evil. Do I need to do 2 separate ones?
It'll take you some time to figure out what these are.
Gotcha.
Hap will whisper in Druidic to Leanne. Well, not whisper, but like, mutter. Know what we were looking for.
Not what I was looking for. But just one more thing. She'll nudge Lupe. Ever heard of searching thoroughly?
I do that all the time.
She motions to the chest. Go on then.
Just for fun. Just for fun. It's a hobby. And she'll hurt, search thoroughly.
Sure, what are you doing with the chest?
I'm checking to see, checking out basically she's doing things like feeling like if there's any like hidden like compartments or any like coverings per se. Just checking for any like gap.
You'll notice pretty quickly that there is a false bottom on this chest. And that the inside ends earlier than the outside.
Got her dagger and then pull open that false bottom.
And it will reveal a map. Paper.
Yeah.
Laid out flat across the bottom with several markings on it at different locations. Most notably here, you think. Just outside of Clea. And by the lake at the Lakeside Palace.
Alright. She'll take that map out. Kind of like blow on it, like, just to take any dust off. And put it on the table.
Varsana will back up when the map is placed
Italian
there.
leans in.
It's a map!
Oh.
It.
Why are you all so upset?
Hap immediately looks to Atra.
Yeah, so does Varsana.
Atra's not saying anything right now and is just looking at everything.
Okay. Put it on the table with the rest of the stuff. Come on.
Oh.
Leanne inspects it carefully and then steps back. Well, you did all save my life. So I guess the loot's yours. You can decide what to do with it. I have a new location to look for, it seems.
This picked the worst places I've ever been for you to go to.
The city's gonna be a tough one, that's for sure. Lakeside Palace I might be able to sneak into.
It is full of arrogant people.
So I'm told.
Hap says in Druidic again, you could always stay with us.
she'll reply in Druidic and say, "It seems like you all have a couple things to work out first."
Hapless chuckles.
Ah, I'm going to be on my way right quickly. But perhaps we will meet again. I think I'll be going to the Lakeside Palace next. So if you all happen to make your way there, I'll meet you there.
See you soon.
See you soon. She'll give you a hug.
Stay safe. Yeah. Yeah, he'll probably give them a hug and just say stay safe.
I will.
There's not many of us left.
With any luck, there will be a few more by the end of this.
Harp kind of looks confused but hopeful.
I'll see you at the end.
I'll see you before it.
Don't get trapped in any more cages, I beg you.
I'll try my best. There shouldn't be any bandits at the palace.
That's where most of them live, actually.
No, there's worse. There's nobles.
You can kind of hear echoing down the halls. I'll be fine. Just heading out of there.
While Varsada is inspecting them magically, can Talion inspect their craftsmanship?
Certainly. Sure. Would you like to also just make me an Arcana check?
Absolutely. And I will give myself advantage with Lucky.
You okay there, Atra?
Oh my god. Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
You sure? You
this
could say no.
this shouldn't exist.
Why shouldn't it exist?
It's not supposed to. It's not allowed.
They existed. He references
We-
the two statues in the back.
Being allowed and shouldn't exist are two very different things.
kind of confused what these are. But we found them. Should count for something. Should be a reason why we found them, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Of course, there's always a reason, even if it is unreasonable.
Not allowed to exist. Avitar questions. Their head is turned over to Atra.
The Dark One has rules for granting us what it does.
These existed in a
have-
town. Oh, you go.
He points two fingers up. They had rules too.
He had rules. Avitar's head pivots over towards the statue.
If their rules were right, why wouldn't they be here?
Because they were before the Great and Dark One.
Because they're not allowed. Somebody
Because of lights in the
decided
forest.
that they were not allowed.
Half nods.
There has to be a reason, though, right?
Reason and justification are two different things. I could stab someone and the reason could be because I wanted to. That is not justifying my actions. Though admittedly, I would stab someone just because I wanted to, and the justification would be because I wanted to.
That still wouldn't be justified. Anyway,
It wouldn't be justified by other people, but I would sleep well at night.
fair. Disturbing, but fair.
Has it been 10 minutes, would you say, Zach?
Nah.
No? Okay. Have I... I only ask because I remembered I have Identify. I can just cast that instead.
Yeah, you can identify each of the items.
Got you.
Why
After
are
a
they all
moment...
here? Sorry.
No, please.
No.
I was just going to say, like, after a lapse in conversation, and you were continuing the conversation, so the lapse has not come.
Oh.
So please continue.
Why are they all here? Avita says, looking to Sindri and then the two figures that Talion was pointing to, and then slowly
Yeah.
around the room of the other statues.
It's a good point. Not really of the same group.
What are those? Time references that, and then the celestial. Well, I guess these the different forms of celestials. There we go.
Celestials. Or at least that one
Avita.
is. He points to the north one.
Avita will pivot and they'll place a hand on the chest of the statue. This is Sindrian, my creator.
Perhaps eyes kind of get wide for a second when you say that one.
Oh.
The likeness is really there.
I was having a hard time justifying in my mind why you looked slightly owlish.
It's okay. There are others like me, not like me. Birds, all the same.
Little birds. Big birds.
I am Big Bird.
And those two. That is Maiden. And that is Crone.
They are.
My mother's.
Hap just looks confused.
They are your mother's?
Mhm.
Avita will practice beneath their breath. Maiden nodding to the younger woman, Crone nodding to the older woman. Really studying their likeness.
I think for this stuff, the most likely place we're going to find answers is from this, as he taps the map.
Oh, yes, that we are following that map, that is for sure.
It brings me to my next question. When we get back to camp, what's everyone's plans? He not very subtly looks at Atra.
Is it gonna? I don't know if we should hold on to the map.
I hate to say this, but I do agree.
Why?
Getting in a lot of trouble.
Why?
A lot of trouble.
Not
You're
allowed.
only in trouble when you get caught.
I have to agree.
Zach,
We
could I
have the
use my star
full
map to record these?
spectrum of lawful to chaotic here. What was that? Sorry, I was
The-
talking to stream.
Oh, good. Can I use my? Because I have my star map, which is kind of Hap's form of his map on his necklace that he like
Yeah, you
inscribes.
pull it out. It's not easily noticeable as something that is a map.
Give me a little bit of time, and I can remember it.
Atra,
Yes.
are you okay?
I'm trying to be.
So that is a no.
Hap nods.
Why?
Atra, can I tell you a story? And the apologies to you, Havita.
Sure.
Just
Oh no.
because
I'm going to put my finger over my mouth.
I know. Yeah.
Avatar, you asked a very important question.
Oh. Avita will scratch their head. Why are you not okay? Why did you object to the map?
Everything is telling me. Everything that I know is telling me that everything in this room is wrong.
Avita nods, understanding. I understand why you feel that way. I am sorry. I do not agree that it is wrong. There is purpose behind this. Avita points to Sindrian. Them points to, Maiden and Crone. And then we'll continue to point to each individual statue in the room. They were able to exist. Nobody allowed them to.
Oh, all right.
Silence falls over the group for a moment. You can continue whenever you'd like, Petra. But I want to note that Hap, you have memorized the map.
Gotcha. We can leave the map.
What?
The other things I don't think we should leave, but we can leave the map. I agree, it's too risky.
If I can pause it, and I'll kind of look at Atra. Should we burn the map? We were here. People know that we were here, including that person that gave that bandit captain upstairs his talisman. If anyone was to find out we found this
That's
and left it here, we will still get in trouble.
a good point. Yeah, destroy is probably the best bet. I agree with that. We're still going to
Why
close
not?
the door after us, right? Like, yeah.
Why not just put it back?
Because whoever is after this, the person who hired the bandit from upstairs, that will help them. And they're probably not a good person. If they hired people like our friend upstairs. If we can slow them down, if we can make it so they don't know which place to go, it'll be useful.
At least removing evidence would get some weirdo off our tails.
Let me carry the map.
I don't think we should carry the map. And we can do a group vote, but I just think it's too dangerous. If that's found on any of us, we get in serious trouble.
No, the person who gets caught gets in serious trouble. We know nothing about it.
Avita nods in agreement to Talion.
Havita, if you get in trouble, I get in trouble.
That
Why?
is a collective form of punishment that you wish to subject yourself to.
Yes.
That is your choice.
That it is. We will be able to find these places. But having a physical map is just risky. Like I say, if you want to make a group decision, I'm more than fine to make like a group vote or something. But yeah.
If we want to at least take the map to where it's back to the caravan, I can take it and I can give it to the magistrate. Tell him what we found.
I don't want the magistrate to know that my mothers are here.
And that'll eventually get back to the fucking servant of the hand that did this, that hired the fucker upstairs. Not the hand, that's not the right, the chain. Yep, that one.
I didn't know we were in for a roleplay session in this room. I have a whole other dungeon prepared. I should have expected as much.
Right?
Are we okay? What do other people think? Should we take the map or should we leave it? He looks to like Lupe and Vasata.
Hmm.
Leave it or burn it for me. If you have it memorized, then its functional use is. Well, we've done it. We don't need a map.
He looks to Lupe.
So you said you already said you know to burn. You memorized it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you can just be our personal map. You can be our personal map navigator for a few days.
Sure. Just don't
And
say
what
that out
happens
loud.
if Hap dies?
Oh, then that's the tricky case.
What happens if Hap is succumbing to some enchantment? Common cold? One is none and two is one.
You guys can also record down the locations, just not in map form.
That could be true.
In what way is recording something of a map, not the recreation of a map, and equally more damning?
I don't know.
I am okay with holding the map. You do not have to be okay with it. If I am willing to take the blame.
I agree with Javita.
I don't, but I won't get in the way of it. If you want to take the map, you can take the map.
If things are so fragile as to be destroyed because they are not allowed, we should keep as many of these things as we can.
We should not help with the plucking of feathers.
And if we get blocked in the process,
There is a reason birds have claws and beaks. And even mushrooms can be spiky.
Avita will lean over and gently pick up the map.
Avita?
And fold it just as gently before sliding it underneath their really, really terribly in shape brown cloak.
You have one map of West Kalinor.
So I asked the same question before that. What's everyone's plan when we get to camp? As he looks to Atra again.
Keep doing what I came here to do, which is to help my family move.
Gotcha. Okay, let's get moving, I guess.
Oh, before that, and he will set the Talisman of the Wilds right here in front of Hap, and says, I don't think there's any one of us besides you that can turn into animals, so I believe this is yours, my friend. Fortifies your abilities. You might last a bit longer.
Yeah. Can I attune it without actually wearing it as a necklace?
Yeah, you'll have to wear it somewhere. It'll have to be on you somewhere, but you could, like...
Yeah. Hide it and stuff, you know. Just don't want it to be openly visible, that's all.
He'll hold the bloodstone for a moment and look at it with a frown. He does not like this thing visibly. This will allow you to channel your own life force to regain some semblance of arcane ability. It is a vile little thing, one that I don't plan on using, but... And he'll kind of look between Lupe and Talion and just set it on the table and say, I don't care if others use it.
I'm more than comfortable with using my natural magics over that which is taught by books.
Well, that is fair, though I didn't learn my magic from many books.
Lupe just stands there.
Might I have it, Lupe?
What?
Might I have it?
Yeah, sure. Take it. Not like I got any use for it, anyways.
And Talion will reach over and pick it up like he's a bird.
Magic items sorted. And a tense discussion for what in another game would be an entirely mundane item.
Yeah.
Would you all like to find a place to rest here?
I would.
There's probably not going to be anywhere more safe than probably downstairs, but I like the stars, so.
You can find your way back above if you'd like, or you can use the beds they have here. You might have to pull out your own bedrolls and whatnot. Havita staying right here. Understood.
We'll definitely go upstairs. Whilst we're outside, did the hawk see anything of interest?
The hawk's been circling around, and you can check back in a few hours.
Yeah.
And it's confirmed that since you've taken out the bandit camp, it looked like there was a couple little outposts around. You managed to avoid one on the way here. Looks like they're unmanned now. So there's no danger between here and the tomb that the priest told you about.
Yippee! Side quest. And yeah, Hap will go upstairs and probably make a small fire.
Absolutely. Is there anything anyone...
Nature will follow Hap upstairs.
Absolutely. You can camp up there with Hap. Is there anything anyone would like to do over the night?
Hap, once he knows Atra's probably meditating. Oh no, they're Goliath, they sleep. Once they're snoozing. Such a weird Aaron's character sleeps, like I can, yeah. Like, yeah, shit. Actually sleep. Hap will start inscribing on part of his star map of probably the constellations around each of the places, so he knows where it is.
Certainly.
And yeah, just so then he can identify how to get to their places, and then they're in his map. And then he'll just do his usual prayer and then go to sleep.
Talion will lay on a bedroll on the ground beneath the tree. From like a lateral position, he'll take a foot and try to kick one of the axes into the tree farther. When that likely doesn't result into anything much, he will recite the piece that the forest spoke to him between Maynard and Crone. Kind of look between them both. You are much more talkative than this when you are not made of stone. I do miss you. But I kept my promise. And I made another one. No more tortures in the forest. They're all going to die. And I'll smile, that's comforting. And I'll go to bed.
Avita is still crouched in front of the statue. And they're working on cleaning their sword and their shield, making sure they're as pristine as possible. And as they're working and cleaning,
Hydrate or dihydrate.
they're recounting in they're recounting their journey in Celestial just to the statue of Sindri, and they're talking fondly about their newfound friend Hap, who helped save them. They talk about how this new place is strange and not at all like their home, and not at all like the world that they knew. And there's a point where, of course, Havita recognizes the gap in their own narrative, and they will skip over it. And at some point before they go to bed, finally taking the time to rest, they look up to Sindrian, and will say that they are still intent on keeping the promise to return home. So they're a yapper, as these two are clearly trying to get some sleep.
Lupe has her bedroll out, and I guess while Javita is talking to the statue, she's twirling her dagger, trying to do a knife trick with her hand while laying her on her back and just feet on the wall. Like a kid would when they're waiting to go to sleep.
Waiting in your different corners of the room, in your own ways. Any of you might see what the others do. Rest finds you. And here... Oh, one more? Gotcha.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut in.
Go if they want. I don't mind.
I'm just doing magic stuff. Varsada wants to figure out, one, how to make those magical explosives work, and two, he wants to copy this new spell in his book. Figure out how it's made, study it. He's just gonna be doing that all night long. Well, not all night long. He needs to go to bed, but long enough.
Pick one of these things.
Got you. I do have my quill does let me copy down spells in only 2 minutes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But there's more
If
to
they're
it
short
than
enough
that.
level. Oh God, no. Okay. I'm more focused on the spells. He's definitely more focused on the spells than the explosives.
Fucking order the scribes, goddammit.
Then by the end of tonight, you will unlock your first magical experimentation feature. As you
Yippee,
come
yippee.
to find that last key piece you were looking for amidst this writing, whoever did this, they know what they're doing.
Interesting. I have one last question for the spell then, the scroll.
Mhm.
Is there some kind of like signature or font that I might be able to use to identify like a handwriting if I saw something like this again?
Yeah, for sure.
Wonderful. That'll be all. I'll have Gunnard circle around, make sure no one sneaks up on us in the night, but that's about it.
Yeah. Hap's got his bird scout do the same thing.
Then, if that is all, I looked at my camera. Then you all will have a night's rest. Notably, Talion, you dream of back home, back in the swamps before. Let me clear all the bandits from my tracker. Jesus Christ.
It's not that many.
I'll also cast Magic Aura on myself again before I go to bed.
Certainly. Do so again in the morning, I presume. Let me get you all a long rest, and we can close out this map. As eventually, even if you have to be pulled upstairs, you will all gather back together.
Throughout the night, could I have attuned to the talisman?
Yes.
Okay.
Atra would have woken up close to dawn, like right after dawn, and started going on a run just around the nearby area.
Atra's ready to go. The run helps clear your head.
Gunnard is absolutely following Atra from a distance to just make sure they aren't running back to the
Fucking read my
caravan
mind.
to
You read my
tattletale
mind.
all of us.
Gonna looks to the right and there's a hawk flying right next to them.
And notably, Atra does not.
I told the exact same thing. I was going to say the exact same words. God damn it.
Also, I would attune to the pendant while I was on set run.
Absolutely. Anyone who wants to attune to their magic items certainly can. None of these ones are cursed.
Oh, right.
Great.
That's something to worry about.
That would be what we call a later problem.
Would I be able to learn a spell from the scroll I got, like Grease?
Yeah, you will learn. You will learn Grease Wind.
Grease Wind? Oh,
amazing.
Is it first or second level?
It is a first level spell. And it starts at you and it sends out grease in a 15-foot cone.
That's awful.
Oh,
have
God.
To dex save or they are greased, and it greases the ground in the area. Unless there's a
The
strong
idea-
Okay.
wind.
You come in from a strong wind. What kind of wind is out there? Fucking grease wind. Fucking covered in it.
POV, you live in Florida.
Hap probably, as everyone's waking up, will start moving the crates of the. I'm assuming now magical explosives.
Mm-hmm.
the Haps clicked that thing, he stole one, and we'll bring that up in a second.
Absolutely. You can ready the crates. Looks like
Yep.
You're going to need people who are acceptably strong to carry these without any trouble. Or people can team up.
Also, is there any out of all the bodies that are still left that haven't been buried?
Sorry.
Are any of them lighter than the others?
Yeah, you can find one person that's slightly lighter than the rest. What do you want with them?
I've got a hungry owl bear to worry about.
Right, okay. There is also a wheelbarrow that has cheese in it, which you could repurpose if you'd like.
That sounds like a plan. How far is the owl bear?
Not very far. Maybe an hour's travel.
Let's see if the group's willing to make a detour, but we'll see.
Gathered back together. You can see Hap loading a body onto a wheelbarrow. Along with some crates.
Hap just goes to Versata and puts his hand out.
I'll look at him.
Looks at the crates.
Fine, I'll give you the one that I stole. I wink at the
Okay.
camera. And he'll give Hap one.
Any others?
One. Nope.
I make an insight check.
Sure, I'll make a deception check.
Yeah, you fucker.
Oh no. You're a druid. Oh no. Yeah, I mean
no.
I'll just put his hand out again.
Well, what's it called? He thinks he's lying really well, and even might be. Gunnard is behind him, shaking his head.
Hap just puts his hand out again. They're gonna know if we've taken any. They'll know the numbers. They'll come after us if we've taken any, and also we won't get the money that we're owed.
Good gods. Ah, God. All right, fine. Yes, whatever. He'll give him the other one.
Is that it?
It should be. I only took a handful. In other words, 2.
Hap looks to Gunnard.
Gunnard will, with one wing, do like a... and he'll like turn around and just grab him. Be like, yes, there was only 2. You can try and grab as many as you want as for yourself. That's all I could hold.
You're gonna have to fix the crate again, by the way.
All right.
Hap starts breaking open the crate to put the explosives back in.
You can set the goods back up as they originally were.
Yeah, mending and everything. Well,
Is anyone going to eat that cheese?
I was thinking about it. You wanna go halves?
I would like a half, yes. Maybe cheese wheel.
Yeah.
You could pair that cheese with
Hap starts
onion.
cutting down the cheese into more sizable chunks, but leaves specifically half of it for Talion, and then we'll start splitting up the other half into chunks. I'm probably wrapping them up in cloth or something.
Talion pulls a rat out of his pocket and puts it on top of the cheese.
Oh my
Is the
God.
rat is the rat dead or alive?
Talion pokes it a little bit. Starts to move. This is pork. Talion eats the cheese around the rat.
Wait, the rat's called pork?
Yes.
You are. I'm going to say this as kindly as I can possibly. You're fucking weird.
No, I'm Talion.
Touche.
And that is pork.
This is pork. He used to have a brother.
What
He
happened?
got
to the
hungry.
brother? Oh,
You frightened me.
Why?
Pork has cheese.
Good.
You are okay.
Okay.
You don't need to be scared of me yet.
Yet.
Everything can be qualified with yet.
yeah, exactly. You know,
You don't
I
need to
am
be
not
comfortable
dead.
with him. You don't need to be comfortable
Yet.
with him yet.
Like we could be walking out into the woods and nothing would happen yet.
We are going to need to be very careful around a very particular set of woods.
Why?
Is that the yet?
I'm not going to say yet because we do need to be particularly careful. We're not there yet. Yet.
Yeah.
There's 2 yets
Okay.
made.
That is a question I've been trying to answer for quite some time.
Any
Have
theories?
Found the answer yet?
Not yet.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Oh, I should. No, we'll save that for later. Yet.
What?
You
It is-
like? Do you purposely be creepy, or is it just you?
Um,
Half
Right.
asking the right questions.
we. I don't think I'm creepy. I am.
I do. I think Italian is. What did you say, Hap? Cool.
I like you, Javita. I like that you are both a statue and not.
It doesn't seem to register, but Javita is just watching Dalian.
I think that you and I have we're on the same idea. Just I'm over here and you're over there. I think it's called a spectrum.
That is sinister.
Sounds about right. Have to stop
Wait.
walking.
Where would I fall on that spectrum?
So I was listening to the trees wave through. I think you're exactly wherever you would like to be, Aethra. That is what every person deserves. Be exactly what they would like to be.
I do like
I
that.
can tell what part of the spectrum we all are.
We're going to move past this.
This
All right.
and much more follows as you travel. Now know
Are you
a little
guys-
bit more about each other.
Are you guys okay if we take a quick detour, like an hour or so?
Do you have to pee?
Oh.
No, I gotta feed an owlbear. Promised him a meal.
Yes, I am very down for that detour.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because he's got the wheelbarrow, he'll get a bit of a bigger body. Just
Can I
probably
help?
rude to the owlbear. Can you push the wheelbarrow?
Yes. And Javita
Thank you.
proceeds to push the wheelbarrow.
Thank you, Vita.
Can I observe? I've never gotten a close look of an owlbear.
I'll see if he's chill with it.
All right.
He will eventually return to the owlbear.
Yeah, he'll cast Speak with Animals.
And the owlbear will nod and say,
Morning,
"You have dispersed them as promised."
as promised, and brought a meal in the process.
Still laying down.
Javita has casted Speak with Animals on themselves as well.
These are my
They're-
friends. Like I said, they're not violent.
Cuddle up with the wheelbarrow.
Not
Vita, would you mind giving the body to our friend here?
Here is your food. And Javita will tip over the wheelbarrow.
Are we just chirping right now? Just checking. Yeah, okay.
As they chirp at the owlbear and the owlbear chirps back, and will come over and kind of pull the body a little bit closer to the cave, then start eating it.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you have a name? Sorry, DM.
A moment.
That's like Owlbear naming structure. How does that work?
Yeah, it will reply to you and say, "My name is Hoot Hoot," which of course to everyone else sounds like Hoot Hoot.
Respectable name.
Hoot hoot.
I can't tell if they're speaking to it or they're just saying the word hoot out loud.
Talia is ripping
Lupe
parts of
is
cheese
also
off and eating
confused.
it like it's popcorn. He's loving
Every-
this.
Avita's head will turn on their shoulders and it'll address the rest of the party. Its name is Hoot Hoot.
Hoot hoot!
Hoot hoot.
I think I'm scared of all of you.
Marcelo will write down in big letters hoot hoot and circle it several times.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Hoot Hoot. I hope to see you again.
It kind of takes another bit of person, and after munching it, will hoot after you as you make your way.
I am sorry to say, Zach, I would now die for that owlbear. You gave him the best name possible.
I will leave this here for you. Avita will capsize the wheelbarrow to lick it clean.
They'll come along to come and look at it, and you guys will have to figure out carrying the crates from there. But luckily, it's not too hard. Those of you who are weak could always trade off helping.
I'm sorry, all of my wrists are broken.
All of them?
Oh no, wait, yeah, Matt, yeah, okay. I was confused how you threw that stone so well, but yeah, now it makes more sense.
There is power in the blood.
It can creep. Anyway. Well, at least now I know what I'm calling my owlbear plushie.
Would you guys like to stop off on your way back at the tomb the priest told you about? Or would you like to go right back to Caravan?
I vote tomb.
I vote tomb.
Efficiency is the name of the game. It's actually called Dungeons and Dragons, but
Close enough.
Welcome to the first part of the name. You all will eventually come across a low-lying hill. The forest starts to recede in these parts. You're getting back into the plains. And there is, ahead of you, an old, rusted iron door with a battering ram and a skeleton in front of it.
Can Hap hide the explosives in like a bush and tree nearby?
Certainly. Let me release you,
Yeah.
as I forget every single time.
You don't. Yeah, just because I'm not carrying those with a fucking ruin, dear lord. And yeah, we'll like put some branches over them and stuff to hide them, and yeah.
Boom.
What are we doing?
we are dancing.
Oh. Well, I imagine we want to go in. There's a rock over there.
He's already going for it. His Hap watches Tully dance away. You just gonna look at a rock over there, not the massive iron door?
Nature can hold much more secrets. I thought you would have known that. Or it's just a rock. We'll see.
I'm more of a stars kind of person.
Zach, make it a rock.
Zach, if there's any writing on this thing, I don't care how much writing is on this thing. Delete that note right now. If this isn't a normal rock,
It is a normal rock. However,
okay.
someone has carved into it with something hard, maybe a hammer and nail. A few short words. It says, I, Paladin Kaendris, have been sent to deal with this. If I do not return, then this is where I died.
Oh. He'll look at the skeleton.
Talia's dancing near it.
Just a rock, right?
Yes and no. What was that? It was Paladin. What was it?
Kaendris.
Can I roll a history check on that?
You won't know who they are.
Oh, okay. I will call out. Any of you know a Paladin Kaendris?
We were related on my mother's side.
What?
He's doing cartwheel. What the?
I don't recognize the name at all, right?
No. But of course, a paladin is someone in service to the Great and Dark One. So,
For someone who has the strength of a twig, you just did an amazing backflip.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I have a very strong belief that whoever this paladin is, they are dead. Likely within there.
Well, they were
Or
probably. If they were paladin, they were probably sent here to do something for a reason. So
Well,
It said that
called
they
us
were sent
undead,
here
right?
to deal with it.
With it or them?
Did it say them?
it said this.
Yeah.
This.
Okay. Still not helpful.
All right.
I am assuming no one is still down to simply wait for the door to rust and follow.
Did we
No.
even try to open it?
No one's down to have any fun.
Well, most of us would die before Russ fell over. Happy look to see if there's any runes on the door of any kind.
There are some there's an old faded inscription along the top of it.
Yeah.
It says, Hallowed Burial Site.
How opens the door?
It squeaks and screeches, but it looks like someone did manage to open this before. Feeling long stone halls, a few urns, the sunlight pours in. It's gonna be dark in there.
I will cast Mage Armor on myself.
Absolutely.
Atra will pull out a glove and then cast light on the glove.
Avito will pull out the handy dandy lantern that was given to them by Varsada and nervously stick in a hand as they cast light on it. The center.
Absolutely.
For a moment, light engulfs the lantern and then concentrates right in the center.
Everyone good to go?
I love dark places.
Alright.
I believe so.
Step over the dead guy.
Do go in front of me, Havita. You have a light and I do not.
Oh, Avito will hold out a hand to Varsada.
Oh, all right. He almost forgets that he's holding the book and is stumped that he doesn't have more than one hand, and he'll just put it away and grab your hand.
Okay.
We
I'm
got
supposed to have dark
a
vision.
few directions to pick from.
You don't. You do have to. Oh, are you not supposed to have dark vision?
No, I am, but I don't know if it's. Oh, it is working now. There was a space between dark and vision. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
see.
let's go to the right, I guess. Should really check for traps and stuff, but
Down the right here, there are some spooky-looking statues up and along the wall. A couple of mages at the end of the hall, wearing robes. And what appears to be a priest in the classical style of a priest of the Great Dark One, holding, clutched in their hands, a ornate bottle.
if I've ever seen a puzzle or a trap, this is it. 100%.
Let me don't let go of Farsada's hand.
What are these stone bricks in the middle? They're like a wall, or
So
just
these
tiles, huh?
things going down the middle are obviously raised tiles. Where is this one? There it is. Along the wall, as you enter, you can see written in common, "For the living, from the dead, by commandment of the aspects."
Not a clue. Hap will just get probably like a, I don't know, something heavy out of his bag. Let me have a look. Yeah, I guess probably his water skin or something like that. And we'll throw it on one of the tiles.
Sure, which one?
Number 3.
Alright, it lands on the tile. The tile sits down a little bit, like it goes inwards a bit. That's all.
And nothing reacts to it. Okay, who's the quickest? He looks to Lupe.
So does Posada. Actually, wait, no. I'll look to Atra.
Both of them are fucking quick as shit, yeah.
Italian crosses his eyes and looks at both of them.
But the wrong way, so right's looking left, left's looking
Shut up!
right.
Alright, I'll try.
I feel like this is getting down those tiles as quick as possible before something happens. I could be wrong, so I don't want to... If anyone understands what this riddle is, then they can, disagree. I don't understand what it means, so I'm just guessing.
I've got 2 legs. I can do this, I think.
Well, we've all got 2 legs. I'm just 4'6".
Very quick legs. Not. Anyways.
There are multiple different aspects of the Great and Dark One.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to tell if there's anything in relation to this. But nothing that I can think of off the top of my head.
Gotcha. Well, do me to ping stuff, sorry. It's not ping mode. Well, Lupe, good luck.
Gotta look at it for a moment. I don't think a mechanism like this looks familiar to me, Rexak.
No, you're not a... You're many things, but you're not a tomb robber.
That's true. Yeah, okay. I'll dash. I'll go through it.
Absolutely.
I'll go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You step on the 6th one. It clicks. And I need everyone to roll for initiative as the statues come to life.
Ah, shit.
Damn!
And you're so fast, I imagine you won't even notice, and yeah, you'll make it to the end.
I'm fast. I'm furious. What?
Oh no!
No,
That's okay.
You were
One
too
person
focused.
on our team.
You were too focused.
Real high.
Oh my god.
Oh.
All of
Alright.
us rolled sub 10, aside from Varsana.
He's like, alright, let's go, guys. And they're like playing rock, paper, scissors.
Versada, you will start the initiative as the statues come to life.
Ooh, boy. I would like to make a martial check. How good are these guys at dexterity?
Sure, yeah, make me a...
Wisdom?
Hmm?
12.
You're not sure?
Well,
Haven't seen a move yet.
fair. That's all right. I'll just bust out a second level spell to start. I'm going to ask for my hand back. I'm gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. Right here.
I need a new hand token, clearly.
I'll send you a picture of Jones's paw.
And it's gonna try and grab this guy.
Absolutely. A hand forms out of the stones and earth underneath it.
Oh.
It reaches out, and this thing's quick in the moment. Oh no, it's strong.
Mhm.
Never mind.
Strong in the moment. Does it still take half? I believe it does. But it is not restrained. I want to make sure. Am I correct about that?
I imagine so.
Yes. Okay. I am going to do a silly little thing that scribes can do. And I am going to make this deal psychic damage instead.
Okay.
I believe they can do that. I'm making sure.
The
I'm going to
hand
read through
pulls
just in case.
forth, and I was getting ready to describe how that looked. You picked the wrong one for that. It doesn't look like anything.
Oh.
Hand squeezes and there's a pressure.
It's a terrible headache.
Do
let
I
me
need more
just-
hand tokens? Says Cat.
Answer's yes.
I'll have to find an earthen hand token, yeah.
There you go. And let me do a little bit. There you go. I don't know if it has any resistance or anything, but
Not
Psychic.
to psychic, no.
does it not take any damage? It does.
No, it does.
Yippee-yippee-yay.
No.
Was it not halved? Oh, that's a shame. And then lastly, I'm gonna have Gunnar fly through here to not get any attacks and just try and look for Lupe and land on Lupe.
All right. Can the hand be attacked?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Swings a tail and looks towards the intruder. Extending wings, it'll clunk down to the ground and start coming this way, ignoring all of you entirely. That one just gets to you, doesn't do anything, and it passes to its buddy. It gets on this side and claws at you.
They're jumping me!
Wham!
They are.
Oh, bruh.
Wham!
Oh my god.
Ow!
Oh,
Ow.
okay.
Ah!
Holy shit.
You may steal.
They're jumping me. Okay, I was feeling.
Controversial.
So when I got to like the end there, I turn around and have the biggest, goofiest grin on my face and give a thumbs up before I realize what's happening, and I do a very big frown. The I'm going to attack the first one that attacked me back. So this guy, right?
Absolutely.
Just use my dagger. I don't really have anything else to. Oh,
Oh
You
my god.
swipe with your dagger and scratch across stone. Uh-oh.
she looks at it. The creature's like, you see, that was my mistake. I did not mean to hit you. You know, why don't we just become friends? We don't need to do this. I'm just a pawn. I'm just here.
There's the crunching of stone as it opens and closes its mouth. Anything else from you, Lupe?
What do I have actually? I forgot. Let me check over my actual sheet that I wrote up.
You got all the bonus action stuff that
Oh yeah.
rogues can do.
Oh yeah. I'm going to disengage.
Thank God. I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to shout disengage
Controversial.
through
Yeah,
every
And then
my being, but
I'm going to be a coward and run.
Yep, that's fair.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
The correct choice.
fair enough.
Who would you like
That
to
did
punch?
not sound like a no. Please kill them.
gotcha. This helps like grabbing his fucking.
That's it.
necklace.
Who can I ask?
Hap, Atra,
Well-
anyone except Versata, essentially.
Because it's the closest.
Yeah, Hap starts moving forward, and will, as usual, put his necklace into his quarterstaff, and then starts speaking in Celestial, and his form starts to change. But instead of turning into an animal, it starts to get darker and darker until his form is stars. And within his form, you see the constellation of the Archer as I starry form into the Archer. So Hap is now stars. And yeah, and then I will move forward to get in front of Lupe, so hopefully he can take some of the brunt. And then I will cast a what do I want to do first? Yeah, I think so. Second level moonbeam on those two at the back.
All right. Get 'em.
Moonbeam. Yeah. So.
Hap is even stranger than before.
Yep. So do I just, because you target them both, do I just put it into the thing? Right.
You can just press the buttons now. Not I've targeted them.
Oh, I pressed it twice. No! What have I done?
All right. Just click the damage. We'll use whatever it remembered. The light burns through and pulls away a lot of the form of this northern one. The southern one seems more okay. Shielded itself with one wing.
And yeah, that's Hap's turn. It's just, stars in the form of Hap. It's just standing there. And I will pass to Havita.
Havita, seeing the combat wrapping up, is going to waltz 30 feet this way. And they are going to cast. I'm so sorry. Am I able to cast Compelled Duel and hold an action?
I think so, yeah. Compelled Duel is bonus action,
Okay.
right?
Yes, it is. I just didn't see that. Okay, Havita is going to point at I'm gonna point at this one, and he's gonna cast Compel Duel. The unidentified number 3. And he's going to ready to swing his longsword. This one is mine, as he's like pivoting and pointing.
Absolutely.
Ready to swing when it comes into melee distance with his longsword.
Magic flashes.
Yes. Sorry, I'm losing my buttons.
All
Okay.
good. It fails until it takes hold.
Okay.
The thing's head turns directly towards you. And you can pass to whomever you'd like.
Okay. Havita is going to pass to Atra.
Atra will move up here next to Lupe, and I will cast a level 1 Cure Wounds
Absolutely.
on Lupe.
Most of your wounds seal.
Nice.
And then I will pass to Talion.
I think as you channel divine magic, actually, Atra, you will notice that these two over here, they were looking at you since you became the closest thing. They instead start looking towards Hap.
Well, that's sort of divine, just the wrong divine.
It's just a different manufacturer.
Over to you. Sorry. Just a quick note.
No. Italian's gonna like slap his hands together and then like act like he's pulling something up and out, like he's stretching Play-Doh. And he's gonna cast Enlarge on Havita.
Whoa!
Big Avita.
Don't
Big
worry.
bird.
Oh, that's the wrong voice. Do not. Did I just lose his voice?
Not to worry.
It's Italian. Do not worry. You will be very big and then small
Italian.
again, but it's not very small.
You
He's
look
gonna stay.
genuinely terrified for a second.
Blinks.
In this hallway, I will drop a innate sorcery, and then I would like to martial check a gargoyle.
Absolutely.
When you thought you'd lost his voice, you looked genuinely terrified for a second, John.
They went Scottish. They always go Scottish.
The way of the
A
Scottish.
10 is a success against the gargoyles.
I would like to know if they can be charmed.
Absolutely. It looks like they can be, and you can ascertain that even just by confirming that Havita's spell worked.
Very true. Fair enough.
It looks like they are not immune to any of these kind of mental effects.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Just poison, being petrified, and exhaustion.
Okay.
Because they are already stunned.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to petrify them again. They'll probably like heal them. Does Havita's Compel Duel need to go off before the next round?
No, it worked.
It's fine. A concentration up to 1 minute. It just
This one needs to go, so it's gonna come in whenever you're done, Talion.
Oh, then yes, I am done.
It comes in, and you can whack it.
yeah, Havita fucking whacks that thing.
Since you compel duel, it is going for you without any second thought.
Oh,
It's okay. This is mine. Havita repeats.
Strikes out at you. Clunk. Clunk. Yeah, that's about right.
Avita's doing their job, goddammit.
It chooses to start the round.
What if it didn't do that?
Clunk.
Oh, there we go.
Aw.
so
So, yeah, I was
Yes,
thinking the same thing.
there's no such thing. It's gone. It's gone.
That spell didn't exist in this time period.
Yes.
That's my character's arc, is making that spell just to piss Zach off.
It does a little bit of damage to you. You're fine, Havita. Of course.
Oh,
You
this
may
one asshole
steal
made
when
silver
you're
barb.
done.
This one asshole made silver barbs and cutting words. What a prick.
Of course.
It's for Andra's great-great-granddad. Insert about 20 billion greats.
Okay. Now, in Havita's current state,
Mhm.
could Havita perhaps capsize this thing by using its weight?
Yeah, probably.
Knock it prone. Okay. Could I, like... Yeah, okay. Havita's like, you should knock that off. And they will proceed to drop down, and, like, pick it up in their arms and, like, smash it into the ground.
Give me an athletics
Amazing.
check. You, of course,
Amazing.
have the enlarge on you, so it should give you advantage.
Okay. You got it.
Waggling their finger at it like a child. No, no, no.
No, they can't roll that high, so you get it. And then, bam, you smash it into the ground, and I want you to roll me one more athletics check.
Okay, you got it.
And you will do as much damage as you roll.
Oh god.
Alright. You smash it in, and stone crumbles around. It's still alive, barely. This is number 3.
God damn.
There we go.
God damn.
It's already gone, so it can't even steal.
Oh. Okay. Good. And then Havita is then going to pass to its good friend Hap.
Wonderful. I'm assuming the moonbeam goes off again?
Yeah, we just do it on your turn. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it's less confusing. Yep.
In
Just
this
so I
case, that
know,
works
how
out in your favor, but it's consistent, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
is that how do I target stuff? How does one
So if you have your token selected and you press Control, when you left click on things, you'll target them or untarget them.
Oh shit. Holy shit. I've
Information
run
for
games
that
on this
since you run
program and
games.
still don't know this. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I learned
I didn't know
something
about that.
today about holding was it Control or Shift? Anyways.
I believe it
Ah.
was Shift makes something crit for you, so you don't need to manually do it.
Mhm.
That just happens. That's not my turn because I didn't move it.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna first my bonus action. I have a thing with this form where I can basically shoot. It's called a luminous arrow, and I can shoot one thing. I've already set up the ability, so I shoot
One of the
this
sparkling
goober.
stars, sort of enshrouding your form, fires outwards.
Yep, and then that happens.
Bonk.
I will then do just a. Ooh, what do I want to do? I have guiding bolts that aren't my spell slots, but just first level guiding bolts. I have a few of those that aren't spell slots, so I will use a first level guiding bolt.
All right, that's a really good spell to have a free spell of.
Yeah.
You get to see full
Same
powered
goober.
Hap today. Goodness. Yeah, it blasts into them and probably shatters them to pieces. Yeah.
Job done. Yeah. I'm assuming that other one steals because he took damage from the
Indeed.
moonbeam.
And he's coming in.
That's fair. That's fair.
Make 2 claw attacks against you. Wow.
My
Havita
AC
will
goes up by-
interpose their shield.
My AC still goes up by 1 because it's still a wild shape. So.
Mhm.
Uh,
You're going to interpose. Do you interpose if they hit, or do you grant disadvantage?
I grant disadvantage on attacks against Hap.
Here we go. 2 misses because you just
Yippee.
interposed the now massive shield.
Mm-hmm.
Clunk, clunk.
awesome. Awesome stuff.
It will pass to what it believes is its ally, Atra.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just use an unarmed attack to try and push it prone.
Absolutely. Is that a dex save?
So yeah, I need a DC 14 Dex or Strength save.
It succeeds. Good roll.
Alright, I'm just gonna punch it then.
Yep, get him.
Features and traits.
Yep.
I
that
get
hits.
3. Damn.
And
Pop
then
it in the nose.
I will also make this one icy.
Ice follows your fist as you smash it. I think with the ice damage you will...
I accidentally just rolled that on myself.
I'll move it over to them. There
Your
we go.
hands got a little too cold.
I'll heal you up. Wham! The
Yep.
thing crumbles.
And then I will pass to Lupe.
Over to Lupe.
Oh man, this is Google bananas. We only have one left.
Yeah.
And he's not looking hot as well.
Javi just got it held currently.
Yeah.
Mhm. And Havita's like
Ooh.
making direct eye contact. And there's like a little white glimmer in Havita's eye.
Oh, whoops. You know what? I think Habita's got it. I don't know why, but I'm getting the vibe. She's getting the vibe. Habita's got it. There's still something here. What is this again?
Yeah, there's just like a little altar, and then there's a statue of a priest who is holding out a ornate-looking bottle.
I'll let them. Cause Lupe, isn't sure if her dagger or crossbow can kill that thing, so she's just going to walk away and go to the tomb. Wait, how far is it again?
With a
Oh,
bonus action
same
dash,
spot
you
as
can,
before.
you can make it up to there if you want. Just don't
Yeah.
stand in the moonbeam.
Yeah. Inspect, basically.
Yeah, it looks like you could just take the item out of its hands.
What'd you say? I'm so sorry.
Looks like you could take the ornate bottle right out of the statue's hands.
Oh, yeah, she'll take it. Yummy.
Alright. May
I
add
think
a
that's it. I'm just kind of here.
Ooh.
Pretty
potion
good low level
Ooh.
time.
inventory.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
definitely useful at our level time.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you like
And
to pass to?
I'll pass it down to.
It's Versada and Talion remaining.
Talion.
Over to Talion.
Okay. Talion will move in a little bit, and I'll just fire off a quick Sorceress Burst on Gargoyle 3. That'll did my advantage. I love this.
You blast it.
Go with cold again.
Bam. Bunch of stone falls off. It's barely holding together.
And then Talion will back off. And we'll pass to Versada.
Gunnard will fly over and rest on the gargoyle's shoulder. Gargoyle's shoulder. And then we'll just start like glowing and zapping, and I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Certainly.
Fucking being a little EMP, Jesus Christ.
It's just and then
And the thing crumbles. And you are out of combat.
Hap will stay in his styrofoam because it's useful.
I was really hoping that we would have another touching moment with statues.
Apparently not.
How long is Havita still big for?
A minute, so like minute total, so like 40 more seconds.
Hap just looks up at Havita. That's impressive.
Havita begins to unfurl as much as they can, consequently pushing Hap a little bit further back.
Yeah, Hap backs up. Hap backs up. How lets him? Yeah.
I got a bottle.
Claustrophobic.
You
Oh, you
got a
don't-
bottle? Looks to.
Yeah, she's like holds up the she holds up the bottle she got potion.
Oh, good job. Worth it. Looks back to
What?
Havita. Oh, was it worth it? The
Looks like a healing potion,
definitely worth it then.
but
That's
it's
one
very
easy to make.
fancy looking. The bottle must be expensive.
You should drink it.
If it's a healing potion, you should not drink it.
Or you should drink it.
A taste.
You know, I may consider the wine instead. I'll keep this for now.
No one's any fun.
I got wine. You want one? A bottle?
Oh yes, I poured it over a
Um,
corpse.
This
Talion,
Yeah,
can you see this door?
Yes.
Does it look breakdownable?
Are we
And
finally
starts to
going
move
to
towards
try
it.
the time method? No, we are not. Okay.
I was I was just going to break it down with the hand.
I mean, it looks either stone or metal.
Yeah, it's a similar style of door. Must have been made in a similar age as the place you were at before. It probably could be broken down, but it would take a lot of effort.
The hand's gonna push on it first to see if it just opens.
It does not.
Okay.
And you enter
Talion
another,
is tiptoeing.
statue room. There's some kind of stone with text inscribed on it. A statue that has fallen over that differed from all the others in what it was made of. And a bunch of weird statues around the edge of the room. The ones in the south are brass, the ones in the north are stone. There's a bucket, a lantern, and a sword on each table, north and south.
I like this.
Let me find. I have a lot of puzzles for you guys today. Apologies. Yeah.
I like puzzle.
like puzzles.
You're welcome.
So Atra, do you want to see if we can open it this way, or do you want to try and do it the long way? I perfectly don't mind either way. I just have the hand here, so I figure.
I figured if the hand is here, I might as well see if I can help pop this open.
Wonderful. We'll try that then, and I'll have the hand try to wrench open the door.
The hand start pushing. Absolutely.
At the same time, Atra will shoulder into the door and try and push it open as well.
Is there any?
let
Is there any?
me.
Is there any central thing in the? Is there any central thing in the middle like there was in the old door? The other door?
There is not on this one.
Okay.
Havita would like to help.
A hand, a giant, and a bird try to open a door.
Can I get an athletics check from Atra and from Havita? There's no rolling low won't be a negative thing here. This is just how much you're able to help.
Can I get the enlarged condition taken off of me before I roll?
Oh yes. I'll also start describing the other room for whoever's in there. For the hand,
Would
does the hand
I-
have stats?
No, the hand typically just does damage. It can either damage or restrain.
You just roll
And the
its,
thing has to make a strength saving throw.
you just roll its damage for me twice then.
Yeah, I will do that.
Would I be able to have advantage with the powerful build of a Goliath?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I'll do you one better and just deal crit damage.
Lovely.
Oh,
Okay. we'll be coming back to that because that was a really high roll. And we had another high one there too. However, meanwhile, in the puzzle room, Talion and Hap, you guys come up to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, to each their tool for day and for night. And around the room I can describe the statues to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will.
Uh-huh. But they're going to
However,
break
you
up the door
will
before we can figure out
hear
the puzzle.
some wrenching noises and metal tearing from the other room as they start to open. So I'm just gonna put this document in the chat.
Understood.
There was knowledge in there that I was
just-
only originally going to release if Atra was in here because they know Great and Dark One stuff. But there you go.
Hap, not looking, he's like around the wall, just quickly shouts, "Just 1 second, guys. We nearly got the puzzle sorted. We're nearly there."
I think the answer is that we just have to wait and be patient.
And
I
as
guess
the
so.
door is wrenched open, you will see that there is a light already inside. And there's actually people in there too. I just forgot to populate them.
Oh my god.
What are you all? Oh,
Skeletons
That's-
turn to look towards you all
That's one way to do
and
it.
start shuffling.
Oh, no.
They don't attack immediately. A voice from way back in the room says, "Hello."
yellow.
You
Howdy.
have ripped down my door.
It wasn't.
It was rusted closed.
It was those
Yeah.
two.
It seems we need to have a talk. And that's where we'll end our session for today.
Oh, you
Very
freak.
rude.
Almost got this puzzle.
You tore
figured out.
down my door.
We almost got this puzzle figured out.
Fucking poor Zach designing a whole puzzle.
That's fun.
You bastards.
Oh.
God damn.
Oh my god.
That was good stuff.
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming and supporting me in this way. I hope you had fun. And
Always.
thank you to everyone who came by over the course of the stream for coming and supporting in that way. We'll
Hoot
see you all
hoot.
next week.
Hoot hoot.
Hoot
Hoot hoot.
hoot.
Bye.
Where's my ending
Oh
scene? Goodness.
God.
What a name
I like
for
to
an
point
animal.
out, guys,
Bizarre suggestion.
that about an hour and 15 minutes into the session, Dimitri just messaged me and said, "Oh wow, Hafita and Talion are both orphans."